Hi, super friends, and welcome to the Jared Direct for the Monday of E3 2018. Holy cow, what a day it's been. Multiple press conferences, and I've been all over the place. I started my morning driving up to see my good friend Naomi who recorded an episode of Red Dead Radio with me. I also got to appear on her new podcast, Everybody Games, and I hope you'll check that episode out. It's going up later this week. And check Naomi's stuff out in general. She's doing good work over there, so please take a look. Also, I got to record that Red Dead episode. That was a lot of fun. We talked about Deadwood, so those of you who've been asking about a Deadwood segment, well, you're going to get that. I recorded another episode of Red Dead Radio today. This one with Yamilia, who's the founder and producer of Twinfinite. Those of you who know me from Kinda Funny know that I'm in the pocket a big Twinfinite. But in case you're not aware of them, twinfinite.net is a long-running website that kind of digs into that old EGM one-up kind of vibe of games coverage that I really appreciate and enjoy. And I recommend you check them out. And she is a fantastic guest and delightfully all over the place. It really is kind of like interviewing a random number generator. But she does an episode of Red Dead with me where we talk about how there's no Red Dead news out of E3 so far. Not a tremendous surprise there, but, you know, we love to have some. So we talk about some other things instead, including, I kid you not, Back to the Future 3 and Wild Wild West. So we'll get there. If you're interested in that episode's going up. We also talked to Yami and Pockets Full of Soup about friendship, and that's another episode that's recorded and going to the can. But I think Yami's episode will be our Friday episode of Red Dead Radio. So stay tuned for that. In addition, of course, the press conferences today. It's that time of year. Square! That sure was a Square thing they did. But you know what? I'm getting Dragon Quest XI. And for me, that's a big deal. Dragon Quest has never been a tremendously popular game in the United States, but it's always had a steady and devoted following. And that's the reason, and the reason for that is almost all Dragon Quest games are very good, and all the main series ones are just great. So it's a solid, fanciful, wonderful, nice, charming, well put together, meaty RPG series, and it looks like it's getting another installment with great art and probably that same kind of whimsical, mystic quality that I really enjoy about it. Yay for Dragon Quest XI. If you've never played one of those games before, probably not a bad time to start. They're all just, they sure are real fun. And they're the kind of games that don't put a lot of stress on the player. They're not easy, they're just not stressful. You can play them kind of chill, if that makes any sense. Then after that, which also revealed some other things that I don't particularly feel the need to hop into. I think everyone else in the world is better equipped to do Kingdom Hearts commentary than I am. Surprised didn't see any Final Fantasy VII. We move on to the Ubiquitous Software press conference today and all the news that they had. And I grabbed a couple of things out of that. Again, I'm just mostly focusing on what I'm personally interested in. I'd love to know what you're interested in. Drop it into the comments, the things that really spoke to you. But from that conference, the three things that popped out at me. First, just the Donkey Kong stuff in Mario Rabbids. It's an XCOM game. It's a good one. There's more. It's going to be good. It's got Donkey Kong. That's fun. It's a neat game. I'm happy about it. Second, Starlink. I like space shooters. I like Star Fox. Here's a spacey shooter game with Star Fox in it. That alone is probably enough to get me to plop down the money. I mean, yes, I'll wait, as all folks should, for the review before I make the commitment. But I'm really excited about Starlink. I think it looks like a charming kind of mid-range spacey game that I like. And I think we could really have fun playing it. Then there's Odyssey. So some of you may not know, but Greek studies and ancient Near East and Mediterranean, that was really what I did in college. And that's something I really care about. I can still read a little ancient Greek, although I'm extremely rusty now. And that kind of right at the edge of myth take on the ancient world that we saw presented today, that's really cool for me. That kind of like Eaters of the Dead vibe, where it's not necessarily myth, but you can see where the myths came from. I love Michael Crichton's Eaters of the Dead, which became the movie The 13th Warrior. It leans into that with Beowulf. Odyssey seems to touch on some of that same like history as drama and Antony and Cleopatra stuff that it came from Origins, and moving that into another place, kind of diving full RPG. I say, well done. People are making games that folks want to play about history. All right, I'm great with that. It does look lovely and really, really fascinating. And then Sony, the conference that I was most excited about. Boy, was that weird. Especially the beginning, the Game Church thing. I mean, I think that in this industry, being, I think, one of the few, ordained ministers with a history of pastoral practice, probably in what I do for a living. I missed my one best chance to be a technical consultant. I really kind of wish Sony had called because I actually somewhat qualified to comment on how camp meetings should be set up, and if you're going to make a video game camp meeting service, how to do it. But I wasn't, so this cockles in my heart, missed opportunity. But yeah, that was a little weird how they put that together. I think that if they'd opened it a little more quickly, then the transition straight into the Last of Us 2 trailer would have worked way better, where the room stretched into it. But it was kind of awkward and speaky at the beginning, and that threw some of it off. But a lot of quality stuff there. Last of Us 2, I have mixed feelings about. I have a feeling there's every reason to believe we're going to get a quality story out of it. The focus on the gruesomeness that's been so much a part of the marketing, I understand they're trying to get across that this is a visceral story, and I like visceral storytelling a lot of the time. But that was never what drew me to The Last of Us. And I like that they're doing something different. I'm not sure that what they're doing different is something I'm going to like. So I like what they're doing different, but I'm not sure that the different is what I'm going to like. Does that make sense? I appreciate that they're moving on to a story of hate, but I don't know how much I want to play it based on what I've seen so far. Obviously, I'm intrigued by Ellie and a relationship, and I thought it was really cool to see that told that way, through a kiss, into darkness, back into a moment of light and joy. But we'll see. Ghost of Tsushima, yeah, that's me. Come on, guys, you know me. Yeah. I gotta play that. Control. It's intriguing. I really want to see what Remedy's up to there. And Nioh 2, because Nioh was neat. And that's a game that I think a sequel could be substantially better, with a chance to, again, to kind of polish off some of the rough edges and pacing around Nioh into something even better. So Nioh is the kind of, I don't know, you got a lot of Dark Souls comparisons, some because in this industry Dark Souls comparisons are easy, but some because the combat really did have kind of that kind of feel to it. And that kind of slow-paced, Monster Hunter-y, Dark Souls-y, pick the right move to it. I like that kind of stuff, so that's intriguing. I saw a lot of other high-quality games today, but that's the stuff I'm excited about. It has been pretty much a kind of a solid work day for me. It was time in the car reading and writing back and forth with you, time doing interviews, time hopping back to watch conferences or read as I could and catch up on things and record more. And now I'm off to another meeting, this one I think being held actually at well, actually I think this one is, wait, I have to look at the schedule, I think this one's actually a party. I am such a wallflower at E3 parties. I honestly, I love being invited to them, and I'm honored to, and I like seeing my friends, but I don't know what to do at parties, and I'm going to go throw on a sport coat and go say hi to some nice people that were kind enough to invite me, and then slip out early and go to bed probably. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for supporting what I do. Let me know what you were excited about this week in the comments here on YouTube, and hit me up on Twitter as well. Tomorrow, the conference proper begins. Tomorrow is my meetup. This is my last chance to invite you. So again, LA Live, 8 p.m. Tuesday night. That's tomorrow. It's at the GameSpot Battle Rig, which is just a big old like giant semi turned into meeting place. I saw it. It's amazing. But you don't need a pass or anything to get in. It's outdoors outside the convention center. Please come by if you can. Again, I'm so scared. I'm like, I wonder if anybody's going to come. But I look forward to meeting all of you who do. And for those who can't be there, I'll miss you. So that's going on, and tomorrow I'm doing some field work for old IGN. Actually, last night, I didn't mention this, I don't think, but I ended up getting invited onto an IGN video. I was watching the Bethesda conference in their war room with them and got invited on to talk about Doom. So if you got IGN, you can spot Ryan McCaffrey and I getting excited about the new Doom game for a couple of minutes. I might have mentioned that last night. It was late when I filmed last night, so I really don't remember. Tomorrow is IGN appointments, previewing games. Look for my articles popping on my IGN starting tomorrow and into the weekend. And then Wednesday, another thing that I can't announce yet. And Thursday, GameSpot co-op live stage. You can watch that on the GameSpot live stream at GameSpot.com or their Twitch or YouTube channel starting at 10:40 up to 2 o'clock. That'll be my shift. I hope that you will watch. I'm very excited. If you're at the show, you can watch right there on the floor in the West Hall. And if you're at the show and you see me, say hi. If I run away, like if I shake hands and like I have to go, it's because I'm trying to get to an appointment for a developer that's waiting on me. And if you're late to those, it's really, really bad. So if I have to rush off, that's why. Please don't be hurt. But hopefully I won't have to do any rushing. Friends, love you. Thank you for watching. See you soon.